People can scroll hours, you know. So the thing is, I am a marketer, digital marketer, right? And I know about personal growth and personal development. When you look at someone scrolling on Instagram, TikTok for hours, that's already a distraction. You could have been using that time doing something else. But then what happens is, because you're already distracted with other people's lives, you start taking in goals that are not yours, dreams that are not yours. But then the question is, which kids are we talking about? Because when you look at how the wealthy are being taught and how the middle class and how the poor are being taught, there are three different things. And to me, that's the real transformation. When the person changes from within, mimi hiyo ndo transformation naionaga. Mimi hata okay, sawa matokea nje na yafurahia, of course, because it's their goals. But when the individual changes, that's the real success for me. Hii biashara ya New Year's resolutions hii.
Ipo kiroho zaidi, yeah?
No. People end in January. The resolution ends in January. Yani January kishaisha na the goal imeisha. Yani tunaendelea na maisha. Imagine you want to do something different in your life. You're in Wednesday hapo. Umeamua utaanza Jumatatu ijayo. Kwani mpaka Jumatatu ifike kwani utakuwa umeanza tunajidanganya. Yeah. When you're looking into a goal, I personally believe you cannot set goals if you have no vision. Because vision ni unapoelekea. Sasa kama you're setting goals na hujui unapoelekea, what are the goals for? But the real question to me, who is setting your vision? Lately I've come to learn ichi kitu cha balanced life, it's not real. Kwa sababu even the earth has 4 seasons. Yani binadamu ndo abadiliki hapo. Mwaka mzima upo the same.
Yule.
It's not possible. Ukiachana na just knowing your vision, kuja kwenye goals. Kuna some goals which are just generically good. Please eat healthy. Drink water. Work out. Nikisema workout sio gym. Just be fit because that's good for you. That's long life hapo. Financial goals. Create an income. Yani kuwa na hela raha jamani. So kuna zile generic, you know, have money. You are okay, tuseme you already have a certain career. Jamani, improve in your career. Be the best at what you do. Yani kuna zile generic like usibaki hapo hapo. To me, the real success is the transformation in the person. Sio the achieved outcome. So nadhani other people don't look at that. Yani kwamba niliweza kufanya kitu fulani au nilichukua step, nilianza. Ili hicho kitu ni cha kucelebrate. Because kuna so many people who do not want change. Yani hawataki. Yani nikisema hawataki ni hawataki. Mnawajua wanagoma. Yani wanagoma mazima. So I think that's something to be celebrated.
How do we set up our goals? Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, Vanessa. How are you?
Hi, Paul. I'm good. How are you?
How are you feeling?
Excited, actually.
Excited?
Yeah, I'm excited based on what we're going to discuss today.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you for having me here.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to you too.
How does it feel like it's New Year now? How does it feel to you?
That's a good question. Not much of a difference actually, besides a new agenda or a new, how is it called? A new chance to do something different. It doesn't feel new, but it feels like there's something different that's coming up. Like I would say a new season, labda. Yeah, that's the best way I can say it. But it feels like I slept yesterday and I woke up today and the calendar shifted.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like, you don't feel any changes?
Not really.
At the moment?
Not really. Not really. At the moment. Maybe it's because it's still at the moment. Probably because I'm still in vacation mode.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because we're still in happy holidays. Yeah. Maybe it will kick in next week.
Ndo utajua.
Yeah.
Ndo utajua inaendaje.
Yeah.
Like how 2025 was it on your side?
2025 bwana, it was good. It was good for the most part. Mambo yalikuwa mengi, a lot of changes, a lot of shifts, I would say, in my life, but imeishia vizuri actually. Way better than I expected.
Is there anything like something huge that you've learned like in 2025?
Yes, Yes, I learned a lot of things, but the main thing I learned in 2025
Mm.
is nah, najua tunasemaga tumshikilie Mungu ila like in whatever you do, just make sure that God is the one leading you. Make sure. That's why it has to be make sure. Sio ile namtegemea Mungu tu. No, no, no. Kwa sababu it's very easy for humans to derail and choose their own path and their own way. And ukiangalia kwako, yani ipo poa, but in the sight of God, you've lost track. But we thank God, He makes everything work together for our good. But yeah, that's my biggest lesson. Like, just make sure whatever you're doing, God is in it. Yeah, that was my biggest lesson.
That's nice. Is there any biggest maybe achievement that you've been achieved in the last year, 2025?
Biggest achievement. Ooh, that's an interesting one. Biggest achievement. Now we're looking at the one that tops all the other ones.
Maybe. If you have many, you can just talk about them.
Okay, achievements. Well, one of the ones that I'm very proud of is I finally moved from employment to consultancy. Yeah, I am a believer of consulting. I'm not exactly the 9 to 5 kind of girl. So I really wanted to leave that 9 to 5 life and move into being a consultant. And that's one of the things I've managed to do. Yeah. So I'm very proud about that one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's nice.
Yeah.
You know, the bad thing is to me answer a conversation, but we didn't get an introduction like who is Vanessa, what do you do, and yeah, you can. Yeah, we know how we can switch it. So you just introduce yourself, like who is Vanessa and
Oh,
what do you do?
okay. So, and I like how you asked it, like, who is Vanessa and what do you do? Because I feel like those are two different people, even though it's the same
Oh,
person. Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
so interesting. Like how?
So Vanessa is Vanessa. I am a creator. I am a writer. Yeah. And then when we come to what I do, I am a digital marketer and content creator. So you see how they're different. Yeah. So I love everything to do with marketing and yani, me and marketing are like best friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I love it deeply. But I also love personal growth or personal development. So I really love helping youth grow. When I say youth, I mean like 25 and below. Yeah, so I help even some of my friends, but I help youth, mostly it's young girls, in terms of just growing and becoming the best versions of themselves and helping them align with what they're supposed to do in life. So I believe everybody has a purpose, and I'm just there to help you get to know what that purpose is and help you to actually fulfill that purpose in the best way that I can. And I believe everything flows from the person. So I deal with the person. And then when the person is fine, the person is more likely to thrive. So yeah.
Oh yeah. So interesting. Is there any like story behind from what you're doing right now? Because
Oh,
it seems like you should have I mean the passion from what you're doing. It doesn't come from anywhere. So I
yeah.
think there is a story behind of what you're doing.
Okay. Well, marketing was just sudden. I didn't know what to do with life. Yeah, but I believe it's God led me there because I was just in high school and I was like, what am I going to do with my life? I have no idea what I'm studying in university, and here I am. And I was always interested in business, economics. There are subjects I liked, but liking a subject does not mean you're gonna do it, right? So I think just one day I got the chance to be like a student ambassador and I was doing stuff related to social media, Instagram by that time. I was recording content, thinking of different ideas, and I was like, oh, I like this thing. And then I followed up, what is this thing about? Clearly, it was marketing. So I was like, here we go, digital marketing it is. And I've never looked back. When it comes to personal development, I would say I personally just had that in me to want to be better, to attain my goals. But I tried a lot when I was a teenager to actually we call it that girl. So it's like workout, read books. If it's a Christian girl, read the Bible, pray, the good things, work out, eat healthy, get the job, do this, do that. So I tried it, a lot of it, on my own, but things were not working.
Oh yeah.
So I think in 2020, I saw this woman of God post about vision boards, and I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. What is this thing called vision board? And that's when I made my first vision board. And I was like, okay, God help me. I've been trying to do this on my own, but let's do this together now. And somehow things were working. You know, like I had the vision board, I made what I wanted. And okay, truth is, I did not achieve my vision board in 2020. I came to achieve the 2020 vision board in 2021.
2021.
Yeah. And that's when I learned that if you have a vision for something but you do not put the work into it, some things might happen, but not all things will happen because you're not intentional. So in 2021, I think I became a bit more intentional. So when I looked back, I realized, oh, this is real. It actually works. So from then, that's when I got more serious with my vision every year and to actually put in the work. So I believe if I went through that journey or I thought like that, I believe there are people out there who need similar help. It's not about having a vision board or setting goals. It's really just being intentional with your life. And that's what I desired for my life. So I believe other people want that too. Yeah.
So since kwamba una focus na youth, manake you saw the problem. What are those problems do you think a lot of the youth they are facing in their life?
Well, I think this is public knowledge.
And you think you have a solution on that?
Public knowledge.
Oh, yeah.
Distraction is the main problem.
What are those distractions?
Distraction. Well, so many. Social media being one of them. Like people can scroll hours, you know. So the thing is, I am a marketer, digital marketer, right? And I know about personal growth and personal development. So I can easily see when things have been crafted together. You can see something and you're like, this is a campaign, this is an agenda, this has this purpose. I can easily see that because I'm in the back room. I'm the one, a part of the people who create such things, right? Certain perceptions. So when you look at someone scrolling on Instagram, TikTok for hours, that's already a distraction. You could have been using that time doing something else. But then what happens is because you're already distracted with other people's lives, you start taking in goals that are not yours, dreams that are not yours. So now you have someone wanting to be something they're not even meant to be. Like, I'm not saying it's bad if someone wants to travel the world or they want to do all those nice stuff. But to be honest, some people don't even like traveling. Yeah, they just want to do it because it looks good. But you might find that what makes them happy is just being with friends and family. But they never took time to learn what their values are. So people are distracted. And the reason why people are distracted is because they do not know their purpose. Or if they do not know their purpose, they do not know their value. If they do not their value, their values. So it's very easy to be caught up with everything happening in family, society, school, you know. So all that draws people away from what they are really meant to do here on earth. Yeah, that's the problem I see. People are distracted. Yeah.
That's why you're focusing on youth, because youth have a lot of distractions, right?
Not because they have a lot of distraction. It's because your youth, at least when you're a teenager, it's a forming time. I do know babies develop mostly when they're younger, but it's a time when someone is conscious, when they can take certain steps and actually change. It kind of helps them mold their future. Because when you're a child, most of the time you still have your parents around. But when you're age 16, nowadays the 16-year-olds know exactly what's going on. So when you're 16, going all the way to, I would say secondary, because that's when you start deciding now, what am I doing when I go to high school? What am I doing in university, right? Very critical decision-making points, I would say. And most of the times, the youth age is considered as try everything out, you know, have fun. You're like, you only live once. No, we don't have that time. Have fun, yes, but we do not have that time to play with time. So, yeah.
That's nice. There's one saying, like, someone said, like, let kid be kids.
Well,
like, what do you want me to think while I'm still a teenager, I'm still I'm still a kid? What do you want me to think?
Well, if you're a kid, be a kid. But then the question is, which kids are we talking about? Because when you look at how the wealthy are being taught and how the middle class and how the poor are being taught, there are three different things. There's this young lady, I think she's next in line into the throne. She's a teenager. I don't know what European country it is. I think she speaks over 3 languages. I think she can also I don't know quite much about her, but I just saw this somewhere. But she plays multiple sports. But she was being trained to be a leader of a nation.
Oh, yeah.
So when you're saying let a kid be a kid, are you talking about who the kid will be, or are you generalizing the kid as other kids?
I don't know.
Yeah, because if you're gonna tell me let me be a kid, okay, let's just say the next president, the presidents we see right now, you're telling them let the kid be a kid. Oh my goodness. And imagine that's the person coming to rule a country in like 10 years to come, 20. Because those are foundations. I'm not saying that don't let a kid have fun.
Yeah.
Let them have fun, definitely. Let them enjoy life. Let them do sports they love. Let them go out with their friends, hang out with their friends, travel if possible, do the hobbies that they love. But it doesn't neglect the fact they need to grow in a certain way. You have to train them in a certain way. So if I know my child is into space, right? I will let them learn about things to do with space, but not like an adult, of course. Maybe some games, some TV shows, some drawing, some painting, whatever can just relate them back to what they love, So I think you should let a kid be a kid based on the future they're gonna have.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So mpaka sasa hivi kuna watu kadhaa ambao wameshakufuata, yani vijana ambao wameshakufuata wakakwambia like we are going through ABCD and ukawasaidia, right?
Walionifuata
ambao wamekufuata personally kabisa, labda wamekudm au wamefuata wakakwambia
no, sio wengi.
Au kuna mtu yote yule ambaye from the message ambayo unaizungumzia, like kuna mtu ambaye shakufuata, hey, umenisaidia, thank you so much, like I'm like your message like imenisaidia hapa leo sana.
Okay, so yes, but I need to, how do I put it, classify it. Kwa sababu I don't only train about like goal setting and vitu kama hivyo. So I did a vision board and goal setting class last year. Now when I did that class, the thing that brought the most joy to me, kuna mtu alisema I didn't know these things were possible. Yani yeye kwenye akili yake alichokuwa anataka kuachieve, it felt far. It was unachievable. But after we finished that class, akasema kumbe inawezekana kufikia vile vitu vipi inabidi nifikie. Like I have people who they set their goals so low, nikamwambia no, push your goal. Now it took some of us to convince that person. But I think by mid-year, it was a financial goal. Ali over-exceed goal yake. Yani ni ile goal alibadilisha wakati hana kazi. Tukamwambia change the goal still. Akabadilisha ile goal. Yani okay, so I think I can specify. Alikuwa na mpango kununua 500 shares. Tukamwambia that's too low. You need to change the quantity. I think she pushed it to 3,000 shares. She finished those shares kabla ya Q4.
Oh, yeah?
Yani she finished them. Hapo na kazi, unaelewa? Like kuna some people who are coming to me are telling me wamesha achieve goals zao kabla mwaka hujaisha.
That's nice.
Right? So to me, it's about the power in knowing. Yani unakuta mtu anashindwa kufanya kitu kwa sababu tu hajui. Ndio maana in my business Creative Box, one of the things we focus on is educate. We educate, equip, then encourage. So equip or empower. So yani clearly people perish because of lack of knowledge. They don't know. How are you supposed to move to another level if you don't know? But pia I had a session with some ladies on self-love. So niliwafundisha wadada, kuna mtu akaniambia wow Vanessa, yani baada ile session kuna mtu alimtoa out but she wasn't comfortable. Before alikuwa anaogopa kumwambia I'm not comfortable. But akamwambia I'm not comfortable na akabadilisha akaondoka. To me, it's not about the situation that happened. It's the fact that she had the strength to voice out her need. Most women can't do that. Wanakubaliana tu na vitu. Tunaenda tu. But baadaye unakuja kugundua mbona mdada ana act weird, because it's not because the guy was maybe per se bad. It's just kwamba yeye mwenyewe alikuwa hana ule ujasiri kwa sababu kama unajipenda you will care about yourself, right? Utakuwa na ule ujasiri for yourself, you choose what's best for you. So ule ujasiri akaupata of saying like, you know what, no, I'm not doing this. And to me that's the real transformation, when the person changes from within, Mimi hiyo ndo transformation naionaga. Mimi hata sawa matokeo nje na yafurahia of course because it's their goals, but when the individual changes, that's the real success for me. Yeah.
What does goals means to you?
Okay, well, it's what you want to achieve, basically. That's what a goal is.
And how do you set up your goals? Since it's 2026, like how do you set up your goals?
Okay.
Are we allowed to set our goals like in the beginning of January, or we set our goals before even January?
Hilo swali zuri sana. So you can set your goal whenever. Kwanza naomba nianze hivyo. Hii biashara ya New Year's resolutions hii.
Ipo kiroho like, yeah?
No. People end in January. The resolution ends in January. Yani January kishaisha na the goal imeisha, yani tunaendelea na maisha. But pia kuna hii mindset ya nini? I'll start on Monday. Imagine you want to do something different in your life. You're in Wednesday hapo. Umeamua utaanza Jumatatu ijayo. Kwani mpaka Jumatatu ifike kwani utakuwa umeanza tunajidanganya. Yeah. But when you're setting your goals, you can set your goals in January, you can set them in December. But so I believe goal setting is all about being intentional.
Being intentional.
Yeah. And you can be intentional now. Yani now is when you should be intentional. Sio kesho kutwa, because if you didn't do it before, there's no point ya kujiblame. So intentionality starts now. When you choose now, I want to be intentional hata with one thing in your life, that is fine. Ukianza kwenye goal setting aspect. Sasa, when you're looking into a goal, I personally believe you cannot set goals if you have no vision, because vision ni unapoelekea. Sasa kama you're setting goals na hujui unapoelekea, what are the goals for? And this goes back to when you have a vision, it's you who is having the vision. Sio watu wengine walichokuambia. Because kiukweli, we have visions from our parents, from our friends, from our bosses, from education system, from society, from social media. So many things are speaking around us. But the real question to me, who is setting your vision? And your vision has to come from God. Because he's your creator. At least I believe that we're all here for a purpose. And God is our creator. So hauwezi ukajua the purpose of a thing without knowing the manufacturer. If you want to know the purpose of an iPhone, just go back to Apple. They'll tell you what it's for. So mimi naamini kabla hata hujawa na vision, you have to sincerely ask God, what is your purpose for my life? And what am I supposed to do this year? Hivi vitu vipo ndani jamani. Sio vya kwenda kufanya labda maombezi sija siku 40. When God created everything, he put everything in it. It's like a seed. Everything was already in it. So ukishajua vision Mungu alikuwekea kwenye moyo wako, from there now let's say God wants me this year niende chuo. Kuna njia tofauti za kufikia kwenda chuo. Your parents can pay for it, you can pay for it, maybe you need a job, unaweza kuchukua mkopo. Very different aspects on how you can end up going to school, right? And then it has to fit you. So lately I've come to learn ichi kitu cha balanced life. It's not real. Kwa sababu even the earth has 4 seasons. Yani binadamu ndo abadiliki hapo. Mwaka mzima upo the same.
Yule.
It's not possible. I believe in the rhythms. So kuna muda you have more time, you have more energy to do certain things, right? And kuna muda kweli hali ni ngumu. Yani
you feel low.
Yeah, you feel low. Even the earth itself, it has seasons. It's not stagnant, I would say. So even kama binadamu, yani you can't expect everything to be like the same consistently, right? That's why tunasikia msemo unasema consistency is key. Consistency meaning like you still show up. It might not be at the same intensity, which is different from constant. Ipi ni same intensity. Consistency means you're always there showing up. So kuna ile ukiwa una plan mipango yako, kuna namna you have to also consider different seasons, financially labda, and be compassionate with yourself. I'm saying this mapema kabla sijakwambia jinsi ya kuset goals kwa sababu it's very very important to have a mindset. The right mindset is very important. Sawa. So when you're setting your goals, you have
before kabla hujaingia hapo kwenye kuset goals.
Okay.
Kwa kitu ambacho umekiongea hapo ambacho nimekuja kugundua ni kwa nini pia watu wengi sana tuna fail kwenye kuset goals. Maana yake kuna kitu umesema hapo kwamba you can't set goals if you don't know your vision. Na most of people we are struggling to know what is our vision. That's another challenge.
Yeah, that is a challenge. Kiukweli a vision is personal. Yani, okay, tukiachana na the general kwamba ni kweli nenda shule ukasome, or you should learn certain languages, or you should take care of your health, which is very important, right? Visions are personal. Okay, but they're not as hard, you know. Napendaga ku-reference Habakkuk 2:2 nikiwa nafikiria kuhusu vision. Ni kwamba it will come to pass. Ila sasa sometimes labda mtu anafikiria mbali sana. So I'm gonna link this kidogo pia with goals, kwa sababu nikisema mimi I wanna have a Mercedes, jamani, nataka G-Wagon, sawa, it's a great vision, but where I am right now I cannot have it now. So what can I do now to get me there, right? Probably kwangu mimi I need to increase my earning capabilities, so either nitafanya investments au nita make sure kwamba nalipwa zaidi in terms of my profession ili niweze kufikia ile lengo. I mean I can win the lottery, but hiyo ni chance, hapo tutaenda kwenye chance, unaona So I think most people pia wanafeliki kufikia vision zao, hata kuwa na ile vision, kwa sababu nadhani wanaanza vitu vikubwa. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the big goal. There's nothing wrong with the big goal. It's just kwamba where you are right now. Sio kwamba ufikirie kutokana na where you are right now, no. Kuna mtu aliniambia kitu, alisema when you're planning for something, yani plan for it as if yani God is backing you. Yani fikiria yani kama Mungu anakuback. But when you are executing it, fikiria kama una execute peke yako. Kwa sababu ukiangalia sana, nataka kufanya tu comparison. Ukiangalia watu walioendelea huko mbele, most of them don't have that aspect ya Mungu kama sisi wa Afrika. Huo ndio kweli. So most of their energy is dependent on self rather than kunae God, I'm trying to reach out to help me. So hata ukiangalia effort zao za kupush inatokana na kile kipi, yani kwamba mimi ndio na kipush mwenyewe. Ila coming back to vision, you need to know your purpose. Na nikisema you need to know your purpose, jamani, sio kama kitu kikubwa. What do you like and what do you not like? Sometimes naambiaga watu, if you do not know what you like, let's just rule out what you don't like. Kwa mfano mimi napenda marketing, nikasema mimi nijaribu sales. Oh, I hate sales.
Yeah, sales.
I hate sales. Na nikajua siku hiyo this is not for me. Yani nilijua hapo this is not for me. Hata kama mtu akinidanganya vipi, no, I'm not doing it. You know, unless Mungu aseme vingine. But nikajaribu accounting. Nilikuwa nasoma chuo, nikajaribu accounting. Nilipoangalia ile issue inavyoenda, nikasema hapana, this is not for me. So when I was ruling out what is not for me, it was easier, ilikuwa inanisaidia at least kidogo kujua what's for me. Kwa sababu yani you also have to be open with yourself, or real with yourself. You need to ask yourself questions. Kiukweli, like most people don't ask themselves questions. Hata lile swali tu, what am I here for? Or you can ask yourself, if you were to die in the next 6 months, what would you have done? Au tungesema mtu fulani aliishi, alifanya nini? Wewe ulifanya nini? Ukishaanza kufikiria those things, because mimi nikiangalia, I want to be known someone who impacted lives. I want to be remembered as someone who loved God. But loving God is in through giving, umpendi tu Mungu juu. Impacting lives, inabidi ujitoe, huwezi tu ka impact lives upo sijui wapi. So that means I had to build on myself, invest in myself. So vile hizo ni I would say ni kama clues za kuanza kujiuliza, what are your strengths? They also link up huko. Mimi I'm not the best with numbers. Sio kwamba I'm not good, I'm not the best with numbers. Huo ndio kweli. But mimi ukinipa sijui writing kujielezea, I shine. Yani mimi ukiniambia ongea jielezee, I will shine in that area. So it made me realize, yani ndio ikawa inanipush huko kwenye mambo ya marketing, business, kwa sababu I ruled out what was not for me. Nikaanza kuangalia, okay, what can I actually do? What am I actually good at? What do I actually love? So it might not be, unaweza usijue specifically what it is now, na sio kwamba tunajua kila kitu now. Najua kuna wale watu wana 20-year visions tayari and we thank God for them, but sometimes inabidi uanze kujiuliza step by step. But also you need, after asking God, pia nayo inabidi ujiamini. Kwa sababu tupo kwenye society ipi usipokuwa na career fulani unaonekana umezingua maishani. I'm not saying do not work or get money, because someone anaweza kuwa na dream ya kuwa an artist, a musician, right? But you also need to make a living. You have to be a bit realistic. But come back to yourself and ask yourself, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you like? What do you not like? What are you good at? What are you not good at? Waulize watu wengine, what are you good at? What are you not good at? Kitu kingine kipi kinasaidia, kuna hii personality test that you can do. Ile personality test, what it does, inakulink na different, nadhani kama 16 personalities. Zile 16 personalities zinaelezea what type of careers such personalities have. So ukiangalia mimi hapa personality yangu, it fitted me around these areas, marketing, content creation, zilini fit hapo. Which for me I related with it kirahisi zaidi. I was like, okay, yeah, it makes sense. Yani my personality inaendana na haya mambo. Kwa sababu kiukweli, yani kama unatengeneza kitu, kama Mungu, kama muumbaji, you have to create something in a way that it will work well where you fit it. Ndio maana unakuta most of the people waliokuwa kwenye hizi wanakuwa mbele ya screens a lot of times, they like talking. Yani hawana shida kukaa mbele ya kamera. Ila kuna wale production team, yani wale watu naturally they do not want to be in front of the camera. Yani naturally, even though how good they are, hawataki. So even the way you are built or created is in line na kusudi lako. Yani Mungu hata kutesa na kitu kipi yani out of the ordinary, yani he's not like that. So lazima uangalie what are you good at, and that leads, yani kuna namna inaleta hiyo direction kusaidia kuelewa, okay, nina kusudi fulani au inatakiwa kwenda sehemu fulani. But ukiachana na just knowing your vision, kuja kwenye goals, kuna some goals which are just generically good. Please eat healthy. Drink water. Work out. Nikisema workout sio gym, just be fit, because that's good for you. That's long life hapo. Financial goals, create an income. Yani kuwa na hela raha jamani. So kuna zile generic, you know, have money. You are okay, tuseme you already have a certain career. Jamani, improve in your career. Be the best at what you do. Yani kuna zile generic like usibaki hapo hapo, because dunia inakimbia, so usibaki hapo hapo. Yani you know, you have to go somewhere.
That's nice. So interesting. I'm becoming your student right now.
I do consultations here.
Okay, kabla tuja step kwenye ile swali letu la kwamba how do we set up our goals, do you think kuna umuhimu wote ule wa kuset up your new goals in the beginning of the year, or you can set up your goals at any time?
I think kuna umuhimu wa kuset goals at the beginning of the year, kwa sababu inakupa ile focus na unakuwa intentional with what you do. Najua kuna watu wengine yani wasipoanza, kweli kuna watu wengine wasipoanza at the start, hapo katikati wanapata shida. So I believe it's important, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. And what are the mistakes that people tend to do when they are trying to set up their goals?
I'm glad you asked that question. So kuna hichi kitu kinaitwa smart goals, labda wengine wanakijua kijui. Na kuna hii concept mpya imeingia inaitwa smarter goals. So there is this thing called smart goals, and it's been extended recently, inaitwa smarter goals, where S being specific, M measurable, A achievable, R relevant, T time bound, E evaluated, R readjusted. So kinachomaanisha ni kwamba when you're setting your goals, you need to have goals which can be tracked. Yani, and they have to be time bound. It means kwamba, okay, I'm setting my goals for 2026, right? So specific as in what do you want to accomplish? Tuende kwenye finances, tuseme unataka kuwa na milioni 12. Mwaka umeisha, you have 12 probably unayo safari or something like that, right? What is the milioni 12 for? You also have to ask, what is it for? Why are you saving up? These are things to have when you're setting a goal. Because you might say you just want 12 million, ishu ikatokea hapo kati, mkaingia kwenye account ukachukua hela, because you don't have a why. So if your why is focused kwamba I want to buy myself a car, or nataka nisafiri kwenda Europe, it makes sense. Yani inakupa ile like, okay, let me stick to my plan. So you're specific. What do you want to accomplish? Measurable. How will you track? Will you track it? So uzuri, this is a number. Tuseme you can save up, let's say 1M per month. Where are you gonna put that money? You need to know where. Kwa sababu some people wana fall out na goals zao kwa sababu they are not, how do I call it? They are not clear. Yani I will save up money. Yani that is such a vague goal. Yani what do you mean you will save up money? What is the money for? Where are you saving? Ni shingapi? So I will save up 12 million in my UTT account by the end of December. Hiyo ni goal. Tunaelewa kabisa inaelekea wapi. Achievable. Is it true you can get 1M per month? Tunarudi kule kwenye G-Wagon. Is it true you can get it? Yeah. Relevant. Is it relevant in your bigger vision na values zako? So usije ukakuta unalipia safari pia ukupanga hata kwenda. Labda unataka kwenda Dubai, mwenzako kuconvince unaenda China. You know? Because labda tuseme huku kuna offer ukaamua kwenda huku. But at the end of the day unakuta umeshashawishika na mtu fulani. Au somewhere along the way ile ikabadilika. Yani the purpose of the money ikabadilika ikaenda kwenye kitu kingine. Time bound. The deadline which is by the end of the year nitakuwa nimeshaweka hiyo hela na unajua kabisa kila mwezi unaweka hela. Evaluated. You need to evaluate or review your progress. Some people fail na goals zao kwa sababu ya hichi kitu. You have a goal, kweli nitaweka hela. But if you're not strict enough to evaluate yourself, let's say every month, kweli niliweka hela. Ukasema, yani imefika pale tarehe 30, ukaona kuna offer sehemu fulani, kuna sale. Una hela ya kuweka huku. Ukasema, subiri nichukue tu 100,000. Yani subiri tu nichukue. You're already eroding ile discipline. So kitu kingine you need to look at is discipline. Unless kweli wewe ni mtu yupo kusema nitatoa hela huku nikirudisha, kweli utarudisha. Because kuna people who have that personality, yani ni rahisi kurudisha. But kuna some people wakishachukua yani ndio imeshakuwa tabia. Anachukua anaendelea. Ndio maana some people wapo kwenye vikoba, it helps them stay disciplined. And then kuna aspect ya readjusted. So unaweza kukuta kweli uko na mpango wa 12M, hapo katikati kwa kuna issue nyumbani like an actual problem, au unakuta kwamba umeacha kazi labda, or yani anything can happen hapo kati. It's okay to change that goal. Yani usije, kwa sababu most people wanakuwa na ule mzigo, I failed, I couldn't achieve it, and yani it's a very bad mentality to have. Kwa sababu mimi nawaambiaga watu kwamba the first success ni kwamba you even disciplined yourself. Yani the fact kwamba hata miezi 6 uliweza kutunza 1,000,000 straight miezi 6, alafu kitu kikatokea, you should still be happy about it. Kwa sababu the fact that you disciplined yourself, tayari umeachieve kitu. As I said before, to me the real success is the transformation in the person, sio the achieved outcome. So nadhani other people don't look at that. Yani kwamba niliweza kufanya kitu fulani au nilichukua step, nilianza. Ili hicho kitu ni cha kucelebrate. Because kuna so many people who do not want change. Yani hawataki. Yani nikisema hawataki ni hawataki. Mnawajua wanagoma. Yani wanagoma mazima. So I think that's something to be celebrated. So hapo nimeelezea in terms of just like one specific area, but napendaga kucategorize goals. So you can have your spiritual goals, financial goals. I like to have goals on relationships. When I say relationships, ni familia, marafiki, and if you're married or you're dating, pia ni muhimu kuwa na goals. Kwa sababu mambo yakiwa mengi, sana watu mambo yakiwa mengi, the people who hurt the most unakuwa hizo.
Sorry, now you're going somewhere where I want to ask many questions on that. But kwa ambacho umekizungumza hapo, like ni kama vile uko naelezea like watu kuona ule tofauti wa kuwa na realistic goals rather than those wishful thinking, you know?
Yeah.
Kwa sababu kuna mtu anaweza kana anazomba I wish. And then the day mwisho wa mwaka labda niwe nina G-Wagon kama ulivyosema, afu mwisho siku hata basikeli unakuta mtu hana. So nadhani ndicho tulikuwa tunajaribu kuelezea hapa sasa hivi.
Yeah.
So let's step, how do we set up our goals? And then kwa hicho ambacho tulikuwa umekizungumzia, I think okay, this will be my second question after saying like how do we set up our goals? Yeah.
Okay. So how do you set up your goals? Okay, firstly you need to have a vision. That's the first step. Know what you want to achieve. A vision is vague. So at the end of the year, let's say nataka niwe na hela nyingi. I want my income to increase, or nataka kuwa na a fit body. Now kwenye goal is when you make it smarter. You need to be specific. What does that look like? Wewe ukisema hela nyingi, what's hela nyingi kwako? Because kuna mtu mwingine 1,000,000 ndio hela nyingi. So you need to be very specific with yourself. And now you can go through the smarter, the smarter acronym ndio inakuwa guiding ya kutengeneza goals. So kwenye goals mimi napenda kuzicategorize. You can have spiritual goals, financial goals, nimeongea relationships hapo, Recreation meaning you need to enjoy life, yani ndo nachosema hivyo. Being intentional with, yani wewe enjoying life, doing things you love. So kama it's a hobby, kama si uta travel, si uta eat out, utapata cooking lessons, just something that you love. Kuna personal goals. When I say personal goals, usually it's categorized as your self-development. Yani labda you need to learn more about communications, you need to learn more about negotiation, inategemea, but wewe kama mtu unanufaika. A certain mindset. Kuna career goals, which nazita professional goals, where anaweka school, career, business, projects, naziweka humo zote kwa pamoja. So kama unasoma, you already know hapo labda nataka nifaulu. Kama una biashara, how much do you want to grow it to? Let's say in your career, labda you want to get kuwa promoted, kuna things you're gonna set hapo. The last one is health goals. Health goals, mimi kwa kweli, na categorize into 3 segments. Mindset, emotional, na physical. Na kwenye physical humo, nawekaga sometimes nadumukizaga tu like hygiene, because it's very important. Hygiene is very important.
We often like escape that one.
Yeah.
Especially men.
Yes, please. Please men, work on your hygiene. Yeah, so in kitu kidogo, you can just decide to have a perfume, jamani. It's a simple step. Yeah, but emotional, nasemaga mindset and emotional because usually people need to heal. Some people just need to heal. And sometimes you just need to change your mindset. Nikuja kugundua kwamba growth is actually not hard. Growth is hard because of our perception. Yani ukimfikiria daktari anapambana, mtu mpaka wewe daktari anapambana, anasoma. Ukimfikiria lawyer wanapambana, wanasoma, but it is their love for that thing that makes it a little bit bearable. Ila sisi wa nje tunaona isa unateseka, but wao kwa jiwa na ule upendo, they can somehow handle it, you know, and wakisha achieve ndio we celebrate it. But ukisha commit kwamba yani hichi kitu nitakifanya na ninaweza kukifanya, growth becomes more bearable. Mimi nakwambia ukweli kuliko unaona yani kama unaonewa. So that is something to also keep in mind.
Nini ambacho what do you think for that person ambaye anafikiri kwamba what we are talking here right now, anahisi anaona kama vile it's a motivation, like haisi kwamba there is a people who are living what you're talking about right now.
What do you mean living what?
Like unachokisema sasa hivi, kuna mtu akikaa pale anaona kama vile, you know, nowadays how we tend to look on those people like tunaona kama vile ni motivational speaker, you see, anahisi kama ni vitu ambavyo haviwezi kuwa implemented, you see, lakini anasahau kwamba kuna watu ambao wanaishi kabisa uhalisia wa hiki tunachokizungumza.
Yeah. Okay, sawa. So bwana, motivational speakers tuache kwenye level yao motivating. Okay, let me just be honest. It's your life. Ni maamuzi yako. You can never force help on someone. Yani ni kama unamuona kabisa mtu anasumbuka na kitu, unataka kumsaidia, hataki msaada, acha kumsaidia. Kwa sababu it's a personal choice. Ndio maana inaitwa personal development. Inaitwa personal growth. Yani ni personal choice. Yani kwenye hichi kitu ni subiri tu uone matokeo, alafu ndo utajua jinsi mtu alivyofikia. But kiukweli it's your life. Mimi I don't hype people. Yani mimi niko hype, sio ni kumotivate. Wewe utaamua mwenyewe. I can tell you your potential, I can tell you where you can get, but mtu akikataa, basi people have choice. If someone doesn't choose it now, we cannot force them to choose it ever. But kama uamini kabisa, chagua basi at least even one part of your life. Just one. Basi hata kwenye pesa basi, because you need the money.
Of course.
Just choose one thing and work intentionally with it. Kwa sababu kiukweli binadamu amepewa choice na Mungu. Yani humans decide the life they want to live. Na najua unaweza kukataa kwa sababu vitu vibaya vinaweza vikatokea pia, things might not go their way. But ukimfikiria the man who invented the light bulb, alijaribu mara 99. I don't know if it's 99 or even more, but he never gave up. So even if something doesn't happen when you wanted it to happen, binadamu bado ana choice through their mindset, through what they speak, through how they act. Ndio vitu vibaya vinaweza vikatokea, but you can still choose to live differently than where you're living right now. So ni maamuzi. Sisemi uende kwenye wizi sasa or doing something illegal. No. But pia kuna kitu cha process. Some people don't like process. Hawapendi kupitia process. unataka fast food, because even fast food yenyewe ina process. But anyways, fast things. Mwanangu, kaa kwenye process. Process is what helps you sustain what you have. People can win $1 million leo. 1 month later, they are broke. Because they never learned the building blocks of sustaining things. Hichi kitu cha personal development, personal growth, as I said, it's not about what you achieve, it's about who you become. Hata sasa hivi tukasema ukapoteza everything you have. Unajua pa kuanzia, ukukata deal ukapata hela sehemu fulani. Ukukata deal sio ukafanya nini ukapata nini. Kwa sababu hizo opportunities they might never repeat themselves. Or maybe it's too risky. But when you as a person umejibuild, you have developed. Even if everything right now disappears, everything, ukaanza scratch, bado utatoboa. Because you are the person who created everything. Yani, wewe ndio ulipambania kila kitu. I'm not excluding God, but yani, you knew what you did. You have the knowledge, you have the skills, you know the people, you have the connections, you know the right places to be. So, it's a personal choice. Kwa ufupi yani. Yeah.
I'm speechless. You have said it, so what should I ask you then?
Wow.
Let's call it a day.
I'm glad.
Let's call it a day. Let's call it a day, and hopefully next time we'll catch up and have another conversation. It was nice. So muda mwingi waga nikileta guest, like I become a student and I start listening more. I don't have that time to process questions. So I just have to sit and listen, like, okay, this is new to me. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Can I say one last thing?
Yeah.
So kabla uja set goals zako, it's very important to review mwaka uliopita. Unaweza kuwa you didn't have goals before, but just review your life kabla uja set new year goals. Kwa sababu ni zile habits, probably they are the ones that were limiting you hapo along the way. So review financially, how did you behave before? Ili when you are now setting goals for the new year, you know, nilikuwa na tabia tuseme, nachukua hela kwenye wapi nilipo save. So labda utajiunga kwenye kikoba, au utatafuta accountability person, au kama kuna mtu kweli unamwamini, unamwambia shika hii hela iweke sehemu fulani. So inakuwa inakusaidia to stay accountable. Very, very important accountability. So I really hope that you do take the step to set your goals and have a prosperous 2026.
That's nice.
Yeah.
And by the way, you have a planner that can you explain by like, what is that?
So my planner. So it's called Own Your Tomorrow because I believe people have a choice. I mean we do, but yeah, Own Your Tomorrow. So this is a weekly planner. Now the way I designed it ni in a segment ya ku review first of all the past year, which inakuwa 2025 for us, and then you're setting your 2026. Alafu ina maelekezo kabisa, like how do you set your goals. So nimeweka hizo categories nilizozielezea: spiritual goals, personal goals. For those book readers kuna hii segment, and then nimezi break down kabisa how you can make yearly goals ka quarterly. Alafu quarterly kuna segment ya monthly, so you have the month. Ukishamaliza in the month, so you have this page. So hii inakuwa like your weekly planning and your weekly review. Nimeongelea kuhusu review, so lazima review your week, which includes kama kuna habits ulitaka kuzibuild, so labda kama working out, reading books, unaweza kaeka in your review what you learned, any challenges, so the challenges help you to do better next time, any wins, pia the wins help you to do better next time, so you have that for every week. Alafu ukimaliza hapo kuna monthly reflection. So this is just like an overview of how your month was. It's the reflection is less of on the things you did, but more of like what did you accomplish, or what did you learn, what are you grateful for, what would you like to improve. So it's mostly like unajitazama wewe kama a person, like how can I improve how I deal with things, kind of things. Yeah, so that repeats itself mpaka mwaka uishe. So yeah, it just keeps you there mpaka mwaka uishe. It's supposed to be like an accountability partner, just to make sure that you stay consistent with what you're doing. So yeah.
Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you, Paul.
See you next time.
See you. Bye.